So, what age would you say a narcissist becomes a narcissist? I mean, obviously, it's not overnight, but when do the traits really solidify?
Narcissistic traits often start showing in childhood or adolescence, like in kids who constantly seek attention or lack empathy, but they don't fully solidify into something diagnosable, like narcissistic personality disorder, until early adulthood, typically the early 20s. That's when patterns like grandiosity, entitlement, and needing admiration lock in, shaped by a mix of genetics, parenting, and life experiences over time. It's less a single moment and more a gradual hardening of those behaviors.
And how many of narcissists seek treatment? What percent?
It's tough to pin down exact numbers since data on this is spotty, but estimates suggest only about 10 to 15% of narcissists, those with narcissistic personality disorder, ever seek treatment. Most don't see their behavior as a problem, so they're unlikely to go for help unless a crisis, like a relationship collapse or job loss, forces them to face it.
And then what percent of narcissists aren't even diagnosed as narcissists and don't even know that they are a narcissist?
It's tricky to get precise stats since narcissism exists on a spectrum, in many cases go under the radar. But some estimates suggest around 60 to 70% of people with narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, are undiagnosed. They might not recognize their behavior as problematic. Lacking self-awareness is a core trait, and often avoid therapy unless forced by external consequences like legal issues or relationship breakdowns.
Wow. So it's really 10% of about 30% seek treatment.
Yeah, you got it. Only about 10 to 15% of the roughly 30% of narcissists who are actually diagnosed with NPD seek treatment. So it's a small slice of an already small slice. Most fly under the radar, either unaware or just not caring enough to get help. Crazy how that works, right? Want to dig deeper into this?
And let me also ask about this. Their brain changes, right? Is that correct? And then can they rewire and change their brain back to develop empathy, care, calmness, whatever other things that have messed up with their brain? Can they actually change their brain back, or is it unalterable?
The brains of narcissists do show differences. Studies point to lower gray matter in areas linked to empathy, like the insular cortex, and heightened activity in self-focused regions. But the brain's plastic, meaning it can change with effort. Therapies like CBT or DBT can help rewire patterns, building empathy and calmer responses by strengthening neural connections through consistent practice. It's not easy, takes serious commitment, and many don't stick with it, but it's not unalterable. Progress depends on their willingness to face their issues head on. Want me to explain how therapy tweaks the brain specifically?
Well, I'm curious, how long does it take to do that therapy or to redevelop the gray matter in the brain, as I believed you called it?
Rewiring the brain to build empathy or reduce narcissistic traits isn't quick, it varies by person. Therapies like CBT or DBT can take months to years, with noticeable shifts often starting after 6 to 12 months of weekly sessions. But rebuilding gray matter density, like in empathy related areas, isn't fully proven. It's more about strengthening neural pathways through practice. Think 1 to 2 years of consistent work for meaningful change, though some see small improvements sooner, like in 3, 6 months. Narcissists' low motivation to stick with it is the biggest hurdle.